Hello, so I will teach you on how to use the slush and spread technique using a basic bodice. So this basic bodice has a French dart. So the first design we will make is this. Once you have this basic bodice, all you need to do is make a straight line, diagonal line connecting to the bust point from here, here. So just like this. Well, if you have a L square, you can use that for a faster process. So after you connect this, the second step is the same, but we're not gonna draw on here, but here. Connect to the bust point. So the third step is we will slash this line, but we have to leave at least 1/8 inch here on the bust point. Slash the line. Remember to leave at least 1/8 inch. The same here. Now what we have to do is we will fold this dart. So if you may pin or you may use scotch tape or any tape to close the French dart. So I will just use scotch tape. First is to fold. Okay, you can fold the dart here or this way. It's the same It's the same outcome. So fold. We have to pin or tape this part so the spread is secure. Do the same thing too. Make sure that the lines in your French dart are aligned when you're folding it. Just like this. Now that the darts are folded, get a drafting paper. So we have to lay our block pattern into new drafting paper. Now lay your block pattern. Now we have to pin this pattern. Secure the pin. Secure with pin, I should say. Sorry. Oh, wait, I have to tell you something first. So, in order to avoid this kind of situation, on transferring the basic pattern, you have to pin on the top first before you pin the bottom. Now, for this excess dart, you can trim this. So this is optional if you want. That is fine if you don't want to do. Now we have to do is trace your pattern. So if you have a carbon paper, that's a great technique for faster transferring basic pattern. So transfer and trace the slush basic pattern using ruler. Just like this. So I have to tell you some tips on on making these patterns. You don't have to use pentel pen. So avoid using markers on tracing pattern papers because that will gonna ruin your drafting paper. So instead, you can use just like this, a 6B pencil. So the lines are visible. Sorry, this is a straight line. Transfer your pattern. Sorry, I'm a bit sick. I'm not feeling well today, but I have to do this. For the armhole, you can trace this by following the line. Also trace the neckline. After you have traced the pattern, we may now remove the pins. So we're almost there. Next step is we have to redefine the lines. Redefine the lines using ruler. After you have redefined the lines, you may now cut the pattern. But you don't have to cut here. Okay, so the first step is to cut here. I'll show you later on how to cut this part. I'll give you also some tips on cutting the pattern paper. When you're cutting a pattern paper, you should put your palm on the pattern paper. You don't have to cut like this. That's very wrong. So you should cut like this. This is the proper way of cutting, even in layout cutting on fabric. So we're almost there. And so for this part, I will now show you on how to. So you have to fold. That's it, and make sure that it is folded properly. So if you're confused or you're in doubt, you can use ruler and pencil to make this extended straight line. Will be your guideline in cutting the final pattern. So that's it. So this is the final pattern for this design. So this is it. Now let's move on the second design. As you notice, the darts have drafted properly. So it is really easy and it's not complicated. So now let's move on the second design, which is this. Notice that it is not a diagonal straight line. It is a slightly curved line. But we're also going to use a basic bodice with French dart. So I have already a French dart basic bodice here. All we have to do is to make a slightly curved connecting to the bust point. We use hip curve. So from here, we will connect here with hip curve. Next step is to locate the mid-arm hole. So to locate the mid-arm hole, you have to measure the arm hole. So it is 8 inches, so the half of 8 is 4 inches. Locate the 4 inches, so this is the mid-arm hole. Now from here, we will connect to bust point. Use hip curve too. Now it's almost the same what we did lately. We will cut the lines. We will make a slash line, but you have to leave at least 1/8 inch on the bust point. So now it's cut the curved line. Always remember you have to leave at least 1/8 inch. Do the same thing here. what you have to do is fold the dart. We're gonna eliminate the French dart to create a spread. So as I told you, you can fold your dart from down or from upward. So it depends on you. So now let's fold the dart from downward. You may use pin or scotch tape to secure the closed dart. So I use scotch tape for a faster process. Also fold your French dart here. Make sure that the lines in French dart are aligned. Now that our pattern is ready, what we're going to do is to lay our pattern on new drafting paper. Just like this. Next step is to pin your pattern paper. Pin to secure. So you have to pin at the top first. So just press and then pin to flatten your pattern paper. Make sure when you're pinning your pattern paper, make sure that it's flattened on the drafting paper. We're almost there. Now that we have also pinned the armhole, now that we have pinned all the sides of the pattern, we're now going to trace. This is also optional, but I advise you to cut, so you don't have to redefine the line here. Well, that's an optional. If you don't want, that's fine. Now trace the pattern. If you have a carbon paper, you can use it and use a tracing wheel. That is also a great technique on transferring the lines. Make sure you have transferred all the sides of the pattern paper. Also transfer the neckline. Now that you have transferred all the sides, we're now going to transfer the spread line. also transfer the spread line here. Now that you have transferred all the sides and the spread line, remove the pins. Now redefine the lines. Now we're going to cut our final pattern. As I told you, we will cut the dart on the last part. So I will show you on how to the proper cutting of dart. This is slash and spread technique. This is the new dart of this pattern. So you may cut like this till at least just like that. We're almost there. Now we're gonna finish the darts. So fold your dart. In folding the darts here, you have to make sure that these are aligned. So it's not aligned, so we have to adjust the line here. Okay. So now they are aligned. We will cut, or you may draw a guideline for cutting. So that's it. do the same thing here. You have to make sure that these points are aligned when you fold this dart. So gently fold the dart and align. Now that they are aligned, we're not gonna make a straight line. So we have to make a diagonal line to create a triangular shape. Now, cut, following the guideline. So, this is the final pattern. So, we have finished the second design. So, as you can see, this is very simple and not so complicated. So, I will show you again the first design that we have done lately. This is the first design. And the second design. So this is a simple simple way using the slash and spread technique with basic bodice French dart. So thank you for watching.